So welcome, what's happening people? My name's called Darren Placid, in the Fire Talk. Today I'm at Digme Fitness, Ealing, in the Energy Lab, chatting to one and only Lawrence Tackie. What's happening, bro?
What's happening, Pete?
Cool, man. Cool. Right, so we're gonna be chatting all whatever. Alright, keep it up. Alright, cool. So what's happening, Lawrence?
Good, man.
Good. So obviously you just taught a class. You did it well. You actually taught a recover class. So what is a recover class anyway?
So it's about like self-myofascial release. So, you know, people who've been training or not training, they need to get their stretch. They need to release certain muscles that are tight. We do a lot of breathing work within that as well. So teaching people how to stretch, how to release their muscles. Which parts hurt. It's quite nice.
Okay. So what about, your fitness background, bro? You know, how long have you been doing fitness? You know, tell me a bit about yourself.
Okay, so I've been teaching fitness professionally for about 10 years, but I've been playing sports since I was a kid. So from football, semi-pro, basketball, semi-pro, pretty much winning all competitions at an amateur level, tennis, table tennis. So I'm very, very sporty in that respect. I only moved into fitness in my 30s actually. So, I'm revealing how old I am.
But I was just about to say how old you were, but I thought, let me not even touch with your age. Let me not even touch with your age. We all know black don't crack anyway, but you know how it goes.
10 years professionally. Okay. So I've been teaching on a professional level for 10 years. That's been ranging from teaching classes to personal training, boxing, HIIT training, as you know, recover, breathe. Yeah, I do quite a lot.
So how long have you been with Digme Fitness? So
Digme Fitness, I've been since last 3 months.
Last 3 months. So yeah, pretty much got taken over in September.
Yeah.
September 25th. So I got taken over there. So yeah, that kind of goes on to my next question then. So you know, how has it been for you? So you've been in the industry for like what, 10 years. So from when you first started to now, how have you seen it grow? Has it been more challenging now, or is it like, you know, much easier when it comes to like the social media side of things as well?
Well, I think the social media, when I started, social media wasn't big like how it is now. I mean, people was on social media, but it wasn't. You could literally be a great PT, have a great business without social media. Okay. It wasn't necessary. People didn't need to access you on social media. They just needed to go to the gym, look it up, and they'd hear about you, and that was it.
So you'd say was it more word of mouth when you first started?
It was definitely word of mouth. Okay. And a lot of PTs would have the game up in terms of, if people were saying good things about them, they were the guys in charge. Okay, so do you think that like, since like the whole build up of social media now, because you know, we look on so many people's like, say, Facebook, you look on my Facebook or Instagram, should I say, and you know, there's like content, it's always about content. Do you feel that you have to like kind of change up your style from, instead of like how you first started to now? Do you feel like you have to be on social media to kind of keep yourself current with everyone else? I've found a way to not actually need it, but I would say my business is a lot better with it.
Okay.
I luckily, because I've been around for such a long time in terms of the way the industry's changed, I still have the word of mouth thing going on. Okay. But ever since I started using social media, which was, I would say properly, the last 2 years. Okay. So I'm really new to it, but my business is completely transformed. Yeah. I mean, in terms of accessibility for people to see what I'm doing, for me to reach people as well, and to give them content that is, I believe, something that they want to see, want to hear. It has worked perfectly for me.
Yeah, because I mean, let's not lie, let's not pull no punches. That people have obviously gone to social media to find personal trainers now. Yeah. You know, they've gone on social media to find, you know, where people teach classes. You know, it is literally all social media driven. You know, even businesses are looking at social media as well.
They don't even take you anymore. Most of the classes I do outside, I was only found on social media, and they didn't want to take me on until they looked at the content. So that told me a lot, because I never would have got in. They've heard about me, but they only take you when they see your social media.
Oh wow! So literally, it's not even about the quality of the instructor, it's about the quantity of their social media.
Yes, and okay, even if you didn't have 10,000 followers or whatever, they need to see that your social media has the content that makes their company look good. Because remember, people are going to look on the instructor and say, oh, I want to go there. Even if they've got 5 followers, if the content is good, they take you on right away.
Wow. I mean, that's mad, isn't it? It's mad compared to, obviously, as you said, from when you first started to now, it literally was word of mouth, this PT, this personal training is really good. Now it's about how much your following is on their social media.
100%.
So to be honest with you, you could, as social media is, you could put have a great social media, but are you saying that you could have a great social media but be terrible in real life? But
but you would get the opportunity. You see, the idea is once you get the opportunity, it's a lot better than not getting the opportunity at all and being great. You need the opportunity. You only need one shot.
So obviously, like, you know, if you've got telling viewers now or telling like instructors coming up and things like that, you know, content wise, like there's so many things I see on like Instagram, especially Instagram, that like you see, you know, some females obviously they are showing off their lot of skin, you know what I'm saying? That's true, it's true, you know, let's be honest with you, they're showing off a lot of skin to kind of, to kind of build a following and stuff. You know, men are obviously have to be in shape, well, not have to be, but you know, it seems like being in shape is the way forward as well. So, you know, do you feel that fitness has actually made it harder for even people that want to get into fitness, or people that, like, you know, people that are a bit out of shape want to be like a personal trainer and stuff like that? Do you feel that personal training now, because it's kind of getting, you know, I personally think it's getting a bit more fickle. Like, does a personal trainer have to be in shape before they can actually call themselves a personal trainer or an instructor?
It depends who their audience is. There's the general audience which needs to see something. They just need to see something. That's what I feel. But if a personal trainer isn't in the best of shape, they can go from a coach angle. And I think a coach angle will give them a different lease of life. Where they're saying to people, look, I'm going to coach you into something. As a personal trainer, as into someone wants to be inspired by and sort of live their lifestyle like, it would be really difficult for you nowadays, because people want to see it. They want to know. They want to show their wives, their husbands, their cousins, their brothers, their mothers, this is my trainer here. This is why I pay that money. This is who I go to see. They want to show, because everything is shown. Oh, I'm training with blah blah. Let me see them. That's all people ever ask. They want to see what you're working with, and if this is the case, it's like going to a wedding with no suit on. You can go there with a shirt and tie, but it's just that little bit better when you got the suit.
Okay, fair enough.
People know you're here.
Okay.
And you're that guy. You go in a shirt and tie, you're smart, you're nice. But thumbs up, you're nice. We want the suit, we want to say, look, we're here, I'm the most eligible bachelor in this piece. If I'm not, I'm the one getting married. You want that effect.
Okay.
That's what makes people part with, I would say, their time on social media and their money.
So literally, it's all about the look now. So going away from...
I would say it really helps. It is the difference, because people with look can get a lot more traction than somebody that's 50 times better than them with no look. It's just the way things seem to be moving.
Okay.
And you know, anyone who is a personal trainer or who is doing this will tell you that's why even women have less and less stuff on. They're showing you the body. They're showing you the soft skin, they're showing you the curves. And if they don't have the curves, they're going to make sure that those curves are actually shown in some kind of way, so that the first thing man's going to do is, and women are going to be like, oh, and that certifies you.
But doesn't it now we're moving on to like body confidence and stuff like that, doesn't it, like, say the average person, doesn't it make them less confident now?
It does, and this is the real problem.
Yeah.
Because actually, everything that you're seeing isn't always the case, because it doesn't always look like how it looks on social media. So it's now for the average person, the person who's not in or professing to be in that shape, to kind of look more within themselves and train for their own confidence, for their own performance, and not worry about what they see and just look at how they feel about themselves. Because if you get caught up in what you see on social media, it's going to be really hard for you to be confident. Even people that look fantastic, there's always somebody that looks 3 times better. Someone that's bigger, someone's got nicer skin, someone that's got a better looking face, or better clothing, or better sponsorship. You know, so where do we draw the line?
So what you're saying is, like, looks at everything and knowledge isn't power anymore.
This is what it would seem to be, and I believe a person could get further initially just with the look and showing certain things. They would at least get opportunity.
Wow.
And then obviously knowledge will always be power, but now it depends on how you use it, and now how you might package it. Because it's not enough to just have knowledge anymore. People want the whole spectrum. They want it.
Wow.
Even me myself, probably, I'm forgetting that. Don't look at that. Look at what's underneath. Even I forget.
Okay.
You see, so it's just what we're used to. It's what our eyes are trained to see now.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
so
Fair enough. I mean, there's some good points. There's some good points. So we're gonna move off of it. We're gonna kind of tie up sort of. So a proper typical day for Lawrence. So you know, when a lot of instructors, you know, some people are exclusive to one company, right? And then some instructors do a non-exclusive. So obviously to make their their wages and to make up their money, they'll go and train here. They'll go and teach here. They'll go and teach there. They'll go and PT there. This and that. So how do you cope with, you know, teaching in all these places, PT, and actually having time for yourself as well to keep, you know, because you're in good shape.
Yeah.
You know, so how do you kind of juggle everything and your emotions as well?
You have to know when to be selfish. You have to know when to shut down. You have to know there's only so much you can do in a day. So as many places as I can be, I set a plan for the week. I set where am I going to nap? I nap in the afternoons. I make sure I'm eating correctly. I make sure I don't have to train that much, but I train at strategic times. Sometimes when I know I'm flagging a little bit, I go and do some heavy weights. Once I do the heavy weights, I go home, I eat first, and nap. Even for half an hour, power nap. Make sure you're stocking up on your vitamins if you're lacking. Look at your sleep patterns. Are you sleeping well at night? Waking up? What's your rituals when you go to bed? What are your rituals when you wake up in the morning? It's a lifestyle. It's not so much technique anymore. You have to live a certain way to reap the rewards, to look good, to perform good, to be emotionally stable.
Yeah.
As you know, I mean, you're going to have family, people that rely on you emotionally.
Yeah.
You need to be able to afford them a degree of time.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's how I've been doing it.
So last one. So have you ever like gone into going to start a class and you've had the worst time just before, and your emotions are all over the place, but you have to still deliver that class? And have you ever brought those emotions into the class?
Yeah, I have. But experience has taught me a trick. I can come into the class. This is only with a class that knows you and comes for you. I would sort of not tell them the exact situation, but I'll tell them another situation that I'm sort of almost pretending to be down about.
Yeah.
The moment I say that, the moment those words come out my mouth, I know my responsibility to the class is to up them. So the moment I say it, they're like, oh, then that's when I step up, because now I've let it off. Now it's time to work. I can get on with my job now. Rather than me have something wrong, and them know there's something wrong and say, it was a good class as usual, but I can tell Lawrence wasn't quite himself. Now they'll say it's a fantastic class, but Lawrence was still a little bit down, but look at how he brought it out and look at what he done. So I'm encouraging people to come forward, as well as myself, that we're all human, and we could all have bad times, but we're here. And the most important thing is we get this graduate work time. You know?
Cool.
So yeah, it happens, but that's how I deal with it. Other people may not be comfortable or maybe even confident to talk about a little problem or to let people know that they can be vulnerable.
Yeah.
But the proof is always in the training and the product that you deliver. If that's A1, I can afford to be human. Okay. See what I mean?
Fair enough. So, you know, if they get to know you, they know how you are, it's easy. But what about for the first time? So say if you was you was in a bad mood, you didn't deliver what you wanted to deliver, and the first time they came in, they gave you a bad review, and that was it. You know,
hopefully I would get to see them or speak to them and talk to them about it, because often when you get a bad review, it's just because there wasn't a connection between you and that person. So it would almost mean like reset the button. You sit down and say, how did you find that? Oh, it wasn't the best for you. Well, I know I did a lot of this, and maybe I could do a bit of this. What are you into? This is where, as much as a bad review is a bad review, and it sucks.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you still got the opportunity to turn that around and make that person into somebody that wants to follow you, because they're still looking for someone to show that level of interest.
Okay.
You know, so when you get that bad review, hopefully you know who gave it, and there's a way to maybe speak to them, find out if they've got constructive criticism, rather than they just don't like the way you wear your hat, or they don't like the way you smile, or the way you do whatever, you know. So
okay, cool. Alright, cool, man. Well, you know, I've got some good information. It's obviously social media wise and things like that. It's interesting to hear, you know, from an instructor's point of view as well. You know, how times have moved on from the 10 years from the first time you first started to now. But just to kind of sum it all up, have you got any advice, any like, you know, information that you'd like to give like fellow instructors and actually members or people even starting out?
For members, I'll always say, challenge your instructor in a sense of always, you know, let them know how you're feeling about the class. Don't hold it in. Talk to them, talk to other members, create a good environment and atmosphere, and support your instructor, because the instructor's always improving as well. So I would say it's your class, you pay for it, give that feedback, make yourself integral to the class, the instructor, and to the members, and to yourself. Keep pushing yourself. Don't think that you've mastered the class. Look for ways to improve yourself and demand more from your instructor. Instructors, you know, don't give up, is what I would say. Don't have bad times and then say, oh, you know, this is long. No, keep at it. I would say development is key. Always try and learn new skills. Push yourself. Look for the best within yourself. Look for the best within your company. Look for the best within your members. Always strive for that, because that's what you'll advertise on you about the best. Be the best. Make that money. Live your life. Look after your family, whatever it is you do, and enjoy it, because it's the most fantastic job you could ever have and do if it's going right for you.
Cool. Alright, man. Well, you've been fire, man.
Boy, we're
in the fire. Yeah,
we don't want it put out. We don't want it put out.
Okay, cool. Alright, nice one. Tackie. It was nice meeting you, bro.
Darren Placid, enough respect for bringing me on here.
You know how it goes.
Oh, boy, I'm with you. Alright. Yeah.
Right, so I just had to leave Lawrence anyway because he's doing his class. That's interesting, very, very interesting that he said that from when he first started to now, literally, it's more about the look, social media wise, and actually knowledge. So, what do you think? What are your views on it all anyway? Comment below, like, subscribe, and share. Do the thing.